Hey everybody, I have right here a box to open up. Another smoke detector unboxing, which you probably already know if you read the title. Now this one, actually before I open it, funny story about this one. I bought this one from the same seller that I bought a item from many years ago that I have not bought from since, and I just thought it was really interesting. It's this, if you recognize it, the 6-inch Edwards Adaptable Model 435, which was actually the very first alarm that I ever bought, which coincidentally is also the very first video on this channel if you scroll way down. So let's go ahead and open up this one. Just thought that was a fun little story there. And I didn't even notice it until after I bought it. Until after I bought this. So I don't know why it's such a big box. Okay. Oh, it's new in the box. Okay. I had no idea it was new in the box from the listing. They only showed one picture of the unit itself. Wow, okay. So that explains why the box is a lot bigger. So here's the box. It is the Fyrnetics Lifesaver smoke alarm. Model, where's it? 9-volt model F-900D. And now you might be wondering, well, you already have one of those. I have it right here. Well, this one's a little bit different. You may have seen it when I showed the box there first, the back of the box there. So let's open it up. And here's your paperwork. Thankfully, this one did come with the manual. I've been on a streak of getting detectors without manuals lately. And here's, it's in a little holder. And I don't, oh, yep, it did come with the battery. Gold Peak power cell battery. So here is the unit itself. And this is the second generation version of the Fyrnetics F-900D, and immediately you'll notice that this one has the little horn output hole here. Almost looks like a little flower, the little vent or holes for the horn. This one does not have such an output hole. But the differences don't stop there. So I'm actually going to take you guys off of the tripod here. And if we take a look at both of them side by side, the cover is basically the same except for that one different missing the horn output hole. If we open up this one, well, first let's open this one, which is more familiar. You can see it has the traditional brass squealer horn and the spaceship looking sensor, what we call the spaceship sensor. If we open this one up, it's a little hard to open, we have something a little bit different. We got the same sensor, the same spaceship sensor, but this one has a piezo horn. So that is very different. And also you notice the circuit board is much smaller. I think it's actually underneath of this cardboard piece here. But yeah, the circuit board on this one is mounted vertically, and it goes right next to the sensor and horn, but this one, it's not there. The battery connector and clip are the same. Actually, this one's different. This one's a blue, like rubberized, and this one's just like cardboard, or like fiberboard, whatever that is. I think that's the date code right there, 482 to maybe 1982. Does seem like that could be plausible. And here's the inside of the cover and the label on there. It's Fyrnetics Smoke Alarm Model F-900D. So this is the second generation model. This one, as you'll notice, is the exact same model number, F-900D. They just had different generations of the same model. Similar to how, I think BRK did that with like the SA67D, the first alert, SA67D, where some of the older ones had larger covers and the later ones had smaller covers, but they were the same model number. It's kind of basically the same as that. Now, this one's box is actually identical. Unfortunately, I did not grab it when I went downstairs because I did not think this was going to be new in the box. But this one's box is pretty much identical to the original F-900D, that one. It's orange, just like this one. And the only difference is on the back. where it shows the inside diagram. This one actually does show the pulsating piezoelectronic horn on the diagram. So they did change the picture on the back, which is really interesting. Now I do see that down here it says 281, so 1981 could be the date code for the box at least, and the alarm could very well be from 82. So yeah, but the other sides of the box are pretty much all the same as the original F-900D on this side. Very cool. Now I did used to have a model like this. I did used to have one like this. I gave it away, but I did notice that there is a difference between that one and this one. I think there is. This one has the tiered test button, as you can see, which is actually just like what the original F-900Ds had. They had the same tiered test button. The other one that I used to have had, I think, a dome test button, if I recall correctly. And also, I think the one on that might have been was attached to the base here. I'm not positive. I'm not remembering correctly right now. But it definitely, I think it was a dome button. Yeah. So, very interesting. Now this one's, the sides are smooth, but the middle is textured to resemble like popcorn ceiling. They carried that over from the original model. Now, I guess let's put a battery in this one and give it a test. So let me find I just had a 9-volt battery over here. Here it is. 9-volt battery. And let's put the battery in the clip there. And then this might go off when I attach the battery. Okay. Just a little beep. So close the cover and test it in 3, 2, 1. So it sounds in a pretty slow 5/6 pulse pattern, and it is kind of staggered a bit, which is something I remember the old one that I had doing as well. But I do like it. It's a pretty low pitch as well. And obviously there's no LED under the button, so there's nothing there. Yeah, it's a very interesting unit. Now, one thing that I know that Nathaniel's, he had one in his original collection, like this, with the piezo horn. But a characteristic of his is that when you turned the horn, the pitch changed. I don't want to break this one, but this horn seems like it's pretty tight. Let's see. Okay. Not really. I don't think it changes, but very interesting. Now that we've tested it, let's take a look at, we've looked at the box already. Let's look at the manual and all the paperwork and everything. So this is the warranty, I think this is the warranty registration card. Or something. I don't know what this is. Some sort of caution label, warning tag. Here's the manual. So we will open manual. Lifesaver, owner's manual. Huh. Now this one is for model F-900D, which is the 9-volt battery-operated smoke alarm, but it's also for model 0910, which is the smoke alarm transmitter. That's the version that, like the First Alert's SA77RF, it was basically Lifesaver's version of that. There's a few collectors that have those. Those are pretty cool. Glare is pretty bad there. Pretty interesting diagrams there. Well, this manual is actually dated 82, unless that's not actually a date code, but yeah. So, so this is actually the battery-powered version of this one. This is the Lifesaver Model 1255, which you remember I used to have 2 of these. I gave one of them to JDL Productions, and I still have this one. But this is basically a battery-operated version of this one, because this one has the piezo horn. The hardwired version of this one, of course, is the original 1200. And they also had a version which had the escape light, like this, and a hush button added. This was the model 0908, I believe. Yeah, 0908. I always get that one confused with the 0981, which is the travel alarm. So they had this one with the escape light and the hush, and this is the basic model. And then they had the one with the transmitter also. So, oh, and then they also had one. Is this one's cover habit? I can't really tell, but they did have ones like this with the horn output hole that had the heat sensor. I always talk about in my F-900D videos that there's a Fyrnetics F-900D with a heat sensor, not a Sears rebrand, but it does exist. I've seen pictures of them. And the one that I saw a picture of did have the horn output hole like that. So they existed. I'm still looking for one. But in the meantime, I'm very happy to have another one of these, and one with the tiered test button, which is very interesting. So I'll give it one more test. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.